Hello and welcome to this very first of my revamped free Qigong sessions. Please note I'm saying Qigong and mindfulness because these videos are going to be very much focused on helping you get into the regular practice of Qigong, ideally every day. And I appreciate that people don't always have that much time. Why I'm doing this now is because there is a lot of evidence accumulating that is demonstrating in a real scientific way the benefits of Qigong practice in relation to COVID-19. They've done studies that have shown that regular daily Qigong practice has very beneficial effects on your immune system and on your inflammatory system. And well-functioning immune and inflammatory systems are what you need if you're going to either avoid getting COVID altogether, or if you do get it, in reducing the severity of any symptoms, because the people who get really, really sick with COVID are the ones who get what's called an inflammatory storm, because the inflammatory system becomes overstimulated. Now, an awful lot of these people will have inflammatory systems that are already subject to low-grade inflammation, because all the evidence shows that a low-grade inflammatory response is actually one of the causes of a lot of the chronic conditions like type 2 diabetes and cardiac problems. So by making sure your inflammatory response is not being overly stimulated, if you are unlucky enough to get COVID, then you are much less likely to have a really massive inflammatory response to it. I can't emphasize enough, I'm not saying this will protect you from COVID. The only way you can protect yourself from COVID is by doing all the things that have been recommended for months. That's washing your hands regularly, social distancing, complying with any local regulations and recommendations about covering your face, and by limiting, close contact with other people. But another study has shown that where people have contracted COVID, that Qigong helped them to recover from it much better. So these videos are very much going to be focusing on a very short set. They're going to be shorter than my old videos were, and I'm going to be focusing very much more on getting the Qigong as good, getting you practicing to as good a standard as you can. Same basic rules still apply, the ones I've used all the way through. You should not do anything in a Qigong session that causes you pain or discomfort. It is not about pushing your limits. It is about recognizing your limits and working well within them. It's also not about doing it perfectly. I don't do it perfectly. I don't expect you to. All I want to encourage you to do is to do it in the best possible way that you can. So having said that, as it is now gone 11, what I would like you to do is to find yourself a nice place to stand. Just stand with your feet together, and then we're going to bow in to start the session. So the bow in is very simple. Bring your left hand across your body with your palm up. Bring your right hand across your body with your palm down. Clasp arms and bow from the waist, keeping your eyes lowered in love and trust. Then first step is let's get you into a nice, good Qigong stance. So I want you to stand with your feet a hip width apart, feet flat on the floor. Once you're standing, just send your awareness down to your feet, and I want you to just check that your weight is evenly distributed. Then Bring your awareness up to your knees and they should be slightly relaxed. If you can, just give a slight pelvic tilt here to engage these core abdominal muscles. Then get your back nice and straight. Bring your awareness up to your shoulders. Relax your shoulders. Let your arms hang loose by your side and maybe squeeze your arms into your side and then release, just to make sure that there's a little bit of a gap, an easy gap between your arm and the side of your body, that they hang loose. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. Get your neck nice and straight and then tuck your chin in slightly, and I want you to think about the crown of your head, and the crown of your head should be pointing right up at the ceiling. And when you've got yourself into that nice stance, I just want you to close your eyes if it helps you, but I just want you to just breathe. Just breathe, get used to this position. Maybe tune into your body, just make sure everything is comfortable. Tune into your mind, maybe get a sense of how you'd like to feel at the end of this session. This is not, there is some mindfulness involved in this, so it's just not going to be formal mindfulness meditation. So when you're happy, let's do a grounding meditation. And I'd like you to imagine that you're in a lift. And this lift is very unusual in a number of ways. It's very big, it's luxurious. When it moves, you can hardly hear it moving, you can hardly feel it moving. Another unusual thing about this lift is it's got glass walls. As you look out over those glass walls, you can see the most beautiful countryside. You start to feel relaxed and calm. And when you're ready, just allow your lift to gently float downwards. Maybe every time you breathe out, just allow your lift to gently float down one floor at a time. And breath by breath, floor by floor, bring your lift all the way down to the ground. And then just gently, a gentle twist from the shoulder so that the palms of your hands end up facing backwards. And just breathe and just let your arms move naturally in response to the breath. And when you're ready, as you breathe in, just gently allow your arms to float up in front of you. And as you breathe out, just let them sink all the way down. Find your own breath and your own rhythm. Only move your arms as far as you can manage in that one gentle, easy breath. Really focus on the breath. But just do what works for you. It's not a competition. Small is beautiful in Tai Chi. And do this move twice more, breathing in, letting your arms float up. As you breathe out, they gently sink back down. And then last time for this move, with the bottom relax and let go. Then on to move 2, which starts the same. As you breathe in, let your arms float up, then turn your arms in and let them spread out. And as you breathe out, they float back in and back down. Only move your arms as far as you can manage in one breath, and this is quite a big move to manage if you're not used to it, so if it's small, that's fine. As you breathe in, let your arms float up and spread apart. As you breathe out, allow them to float back in and back down, keeping your shoulders nice and relaxed, only moving your arms as far as you're comfortable with in your breath. And then we'll do this move twice more. As you breathe out, let your hands float all the way down at the bottom. Relax and let go. And then with your next in-breath, can you allow your arms to float up and make an arch? Keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. Then as you breathe out, shift your weight slightly to the left and let your right arm uncurl to counterbalance. And as you breathe in, everything comes back to the centre. Don't worry about trying to do the moves perfectly. If you've never done them before, you won't. Just do what works for you. We'll do one more move on each side. As you breathe in, everything comes back to the centre, then turn your palms outwards. As you breathe out, let your arms sweep all the way down by your sides. As you breathe in, let them float up again. Make this circle as big or as small as you're comfortable with. It's not a competition. Keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. Just do what works for you. You breathe in, let your arms float up. Breathe out and they sweep all the way back down, and then we'll do this move twice more. And as you breathe out, let your hands gently sweep down, and then bring your hands up in front of your abdomen, ready to balance your chi. So hands in front of you, front of your abdomen, palms up, arms long, loose and light. And then as you breathe in, imagine you're feeling around a small ball. Then as you breathe out, push that ball down. Breathe in, smooth around that ball. Breathe out, push it down. Keep this move very small. Be careful to take your hands no higher than your heart. And then we'll do this move twice more. And this time as you breathe out, can you bring your hands to rest in front of your abdomen? Or wherever is comfortable for you. And then I just want you to just stand and breathe and just let everything settle. And then when you're ready, let your arms float down by your side. Bring your feet together and we'll bow out as we bowed in. Okay, I'm going to move a bit close to the screen so I can talk. Right. Every bit of this set has its own purpose. So although we only did 5 actual Qigong moves, the 4 obvious moves, and then balancing the Qi is the 5th. Every single part, from getting into a good posture to the preparation and grounding at the beginning, all the way through to the standing Zen at the end, are important and have their own part to play. And what I will do over the succeeding weeks is I will look at the importance of each step in order. So next week I will be starting with the importance of posture and how to make sure you are standing in the best posture. But this has taken, what, 15 minutes? I would really like to encourage you to re-watch this video if you need to be reminded about the moves, and just give yourself 15 minutes a day, and 15 minutes is not that long, to go through this routine, because daily practice of Qigong is where the true benefits lie. And the evidence is accumulating at the moment. Something like Qigong could be very much beneficial to you. So I'm going to end this video now. If you have any comments or questions, do please send me a message either personally or via my page, and I'll be very happy to answer them. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to share this video with anyone that you think might benefit. Encourage them to follow the page so they get notified when I go live, and I will see you all next week.